Welcome to The Path. Through a selection of Bible readings, I want to retrace and retell some of the story of Holy Week. The following 6 short reflections attempt to walk us through one of the darkest weeks in the life of Jesus. I encourage you to read the passages highlighted at the beginning of each video. Yet better still, why not walk the entire path for yourself and read the fuller accounts of the Passion of Jesus in all 4 Gospels. This is The Path. I wonder, can you picture the scene from John 19 as you stand in the path? The dead body of Jesus now being lifted down off the cross. And without being too gruesome, but it is a body that is covered in blood and the spit of those that had hurled mocking abuse and insults at Jesus the night before. Joseph, a respected man, seeks to provide some respect and dignity to the horrific scenes of the night before. Jesus' body is prepared, covered, wrapped and buried in a tomb. Death, it seems, has won. Evil reigns. The plots and the schemes and the betrayal and the false testimonies and mocking taunts now fade as a new day dawns. But this is a dark day. Hope has been stolen. Security has been taken. Our dreams and plans robbed in a single night. Light extinguished. Easter Saturday is a day of fear, a surreal day, a day where everything is so uncertain. Jesus is dead. Jesus is buried. It's the day after the night before, but the nightmare is still real. The disciples, Jesus' closest followers, have gathered in an upper room. You might remember that night before they did a runner, leaving Jesus alone with this mob that arrested him, trailed him to his trial, and sentenced him to death. I wonder what those disciples talked about. I wonder, did anyone say a word? I wonder, did anyone make a sign? Was anyone brave enough to bring up the events of the night before or to call out their actions as so-called disciples? In John 20, we read, the disciples were meeting behind locked doors because they were afraid of the Jewish leaders. The disciples are afraid. They're in lockdown. There's silence. There's loneliness. This is a moment of panic, a moment of crisis. Identity has been stolen. Because you have to remember, the disciples had literally given up everything to follow Jesus. Like, for the last 3 years, they had followed him. They had heard his teachings. They had shared meals together. They had heard the parables and the rebukes. There was those moments of laughter. They watched the miracles. They watched as Peter was always sticking his foot in it, and that is playing over and over in their mind, only to be interrupted abruptly by the reality of the violent death of the night before. And here they are on Easter Saturday, and this tomb is sealed. Their Jesus, their hope, their security, their future now dead and buried. Heads spinning, struggling to breathe, no idea or clue how to fix this or solve this or strategize this, frozen in time, unable to navigate something they've never had to navigate before. The world as they know it has stopped. It has changed forever. Listen to this from Sarah Christmere. Every Holy Saturday, the church waits, as it were, beside the tomb, meditating on Christ's death while awaiting the announcement of his resurrection. We can rest in the place between anguish and joy, waiting in quiet hope. The King is not dead, he rests from his work. A new day will come. His cross is not defeat, it is victory. But today we wait along the path and we reflect and we bring to God our crushed hopes and fears and pains. We bring our inabilities to solve and fix and navigate the crisis that we find ourselves in. We bring the darkness and the silence. We bring our questions. We bring the confusion and our laments. As we stare into what appears to be the hopelessness of a sealed tomb. But this is a beautiful path that we've walked this week. It's a beautiful path that we walk on because as we wait in hope. We walk in hope because light and life and hope and joy will come again. A new day is coming. What a beautiful path that we have walked this week. And what a beautiful path we get to walk beyond this weekend, because we wait and we walk in hope. Be blessed, be encouraged, be safe.